In Buddhism, we often talk about the idea of dana, which means giving. But giving is not just about offering money or gifts. It is much deeper than that. True giving comes from the heart, without expecting anything in return. When we give with no expectations, we free ourselves from attachment and selfish desires. Many people give because they hope to receive something back, maybe praise, recognition, or even a favor in the future. But when we give like this, it becomes more of a transaction than a gift. It's like saying, "I'll give you this, but I want something from you later." This kind of giving does not bring real joy or peace. True giving is different. It is selfless. It is like the sun shining on everyone, without asking for anything in return. Think of a tree giving its shade to anyone who walks by. The tree doesn't choose who to help. It simply gives. When we give in this way, we experience a deeper joy, a joy that comes from knowing we are part of something bigger than ourselves. Let me give you an example. Imagine you help an elderly person carry their groceries. You don't expect a thank you or any reward. You just see someone in need, and you help. Afterward, you feel a warm sense of happiness inside. This happiness is not because of what you received, but because of the simple act of kindness itself. This is the joy of giving, without expectation. In Buddhism, we believe that clinging to results creates suffering. When we give with the hope of getting something back, we attach ourselves to that hope. If the other person doesn't respond the way we want, we feel disappointed or upset. But if we give freely, without attachment, we remain peaceful no matter what happens. The act of giving itself becomes enough. So, the next time you give, try to notice your feelings. Are you giving freely, or are you hoping for something in return? When you learn to give without expectations, you will find a deeper, lasting joy. When we give without expecting anything in return, we don't just help others, we also help ourselves. In Buddhism, this selfless giving is seen as a powerful way to purify the mind and nurture the heart. It brings peace, happiness, and spiritual growth. One of the first benefits of selfless giving is that it helps reduce ego. The ego is that voice inside us that says, "I want more," or "I deserve something back." When we give expecting recognition or reward, our ego is in control. But when we give freely, we let go of the need to be praised or admired. We learn humility. Our hearts open, and we feel more connected to others. This connection brings a quiet, deep happiness that material things cannot provide. Selfless giving also teaches us compassion. When we give without expecting anything, we start to see others not as separate from us, but as part of the same human experience. Their happiness becomes our happiness. Their struggles touch our hearts. Compassion grows naturally when we give with a pure heart, and this compassion makes our lives richer and more meaningful. Another spiritual benefit is freedom from attachment. In Buddhism, attachment is often the root of suffering. We cling to people, things, and even ideas, hoping they will bring us lasting happiness. But true happiness doesn't come from holding on. It comes from letting go. When we give without expecting anything back, we practice letting go. This helps us break free from the chains of attachment and brings us closer to inner peace. Let me share a simple story. Imagine a person giving food to a hungry animal. The animal doesn't say thank you, and it might not even look at the person. But the act of giving still feels good. Why? Because the joy comes from the action itself, not from any reward. The person feels lighter, freer, and more connected to life. In the same way, when we practice selfless giving in our lives, we experience a sense of lightness. Our minds become less cluttered with desires and expectations. we feel more at ease, more content, and more at peace with ourselves and the world around us. In Buddhism, this is the true gift of giving, not just what we give to others, but what giving gives to us. Now that we understand the joy and spiritual benefits of giving without expectation, let's talk about how to bring this practice into our daily lives. You don't need to be wealthy or have lots of free time to give selflessly. True giving comes from the heart and can be practiced in simple, everyday moments. First, start with small acts of kindness. You can smile at a stranger, hold the door open for someone, or offer a kind word to a friend who is feeling down. These actions may seem small, but they carry great meaning when done with a pure heart. When you perform these simple acts without expecting anything in return, not even a thank you, you begin to experience the quiet joy of giving. Another way to practice is by giving your time and attention. In today's busy world, we are often distracted by our phones, work, or personal worries. But giving someone your full attention is a powerful gift. When you truly listen to someone, without interrupting or thinking about what to say next, you show that person they are valued. This kind of presence creates a deep connection, and it costs nothing but your time and care. You can also give by sharing your skills or knowledge. If you are good at something, cooking, fixing things, teaching, offer your help to others without expecting payment or praise. Maybe you can help a neighbor with their garden, or teach a friend how to use a new technology. When you share what you know, you're not just giving information, you're giving support and encouragement. Sometimes, giving means letting go of anger or resentment. Forgiveness is a powerful form of giving. When you forgive someone, even if they haven't apologized, you free yourself from the burden of negative feelings. You're not giving to the other person, you're giving yourself the gift of peace. It's also important to give to yourself. This might sound strange, but self-compassion is a key part of selfless giving. When you treat yourself with kindness and patience, you create a heart that is open and ready to give to others. You can't pour from an empty cup, so taking care of your own well-being helps you give more freely to the world. Finally, remember that giving doesn't have to be big or dramatic. Sometimes the smallest, quietest acts have the greatest impact. The important thing is to give with a heart free of expectations. Over time, you will notice that this way of living brings a deeper sense of happiness and connection, not just to others, but to yourself and the world around you. As you go about your day, ask yourself, how can I give today? Whether it's a smile, a helping hand, or simply your time, each act of giving brings a little more light into the world and into your heart. As we reach the end of this reflection on the joy of giving without expectation, I invite you to take a moment and think about the ways giving has touched your life. Perhaps you can remember a time when someone gave you something, a small act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or a helping hand, without asking for anything in return. How did that make you feel? Often, these simple, selfless gestures leave the deepest impressions on our hearts. When we give freely, without expecting anything back, we create a ripple effect in the world. Just as a single drop of water can cause waves across a still pond, one small act of kindness can inspire others to give as well. This is the beauty of giving. It flows naturally, from one person to the next, creating a circle of compassion and connection that never ends. But remember, giving doesn't have to be grand or perfect. What matters is the intention behind it. Even the smallest act, when done with a sincere heart, holds great value. Whether you're offering a smile to a stranger, listening patiently to a friend, or helping someone in need, each of these actions contributes to a kinder, more compassionate world. And in this spirit, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to each of you. For those who have liked this video, subscribed to the channel, left thoughtful comments, or supported through super thanks. Your generosity and kindness are deeply appreciated. Your support helps create a space where we can continue sharing these reflections and connecting with one another. It means more than words can express. If this message resonated with you, I would be honored if you continue this journey with me. Your presence here, your engagement, and your reflections are a gift in themselves. And if you feel moved to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments, I would love to hear from you. Each story, each insight, adds to the circle of giving we are building together. Thank you for spending this time with me today. May your heart be light, your spirit be at peace, and may you find joy in every act of giving, no matter how small.